product for our players. So Kathleen and one of our colleagues went out to USANA in 2006. We went through the plant. We donned the white hairnet. Yes, wasn't a good look for either of us. In the weight jacket, and we went through the manufacturing facility. Couldn't have been more impressed. We weren't sure if it was out of somebody's, trunk of a car, but needless to say, we were very impressed, and it's been a great relationship ever since. And we're certainly excited, as I said before, that USANA has elected to renew with us. And do you want to tell them about physicals and what you've been doing the last couple of years?
And just to speak to Jill's point, we really met the players' needs, and that's what we were looking for. When we went out to see USANA for the first time, physicals is actually what prompted us to identify what our needs were. And our players, we conduct annual physicals with the players. So, and the couple of reasons for our physicals, the purposes is one, to identify any underlying conditions that might be medical conditions, but also that may limit their participation. To provide them with information so we know from a physical standpoint, their orthopedic side, to minimize the risk of injury, where they can also have optimal performance and meet their own goals. And then also for our staff and our doctors to know as much about them as possible, so we have continuity of care as we're treating them throughout the year, and we can really provide them with the very highest level of care, so to meet their needs. But many years ago, as we were doing our physical examinations, and our internal medicine doctor and our sports dietitian kept marking on the paper, okay, this is the nutrition, very good, but take supplements. Take supplements. And at that time they said, okay, but what do I take? Because of our anti-doping rules. And so Jill and I talked, and we went out and started to really look for companies, and we had very strict criterion with the companies, and we really loved USANA because it was pharmaceutical grade, because of the manufacturing process being pure and the guarantee that went along with that process. And philosophically, we were on the same page because it was about health and well-being and lifestyle. And so as we started talking about the different lines and what products were available to the players, the scientists that you all have working with you are just amazing, very, very bright and educated people, and truly took an investment and understood our sport and our sport needs. And with our players, we look at, they're the female athlete, they're a professional athlete, so there's a lot of demands on them, and then also a traveling athlete, because they're traveling international. And it's truly the only sport in the world that travels international. A lot of the other sports, like golf, may have an international tour, but it might be the American tour or the European tour. It's separated. Whereas tennis, 3 to 4 times a year, our players are traveling the globe. And so USANA products really met those specific needs for our athletes and understood the female athlete needs, so on and so forth. And they're very willing to work with us to continue the development process. So it's really nice. Not only is it an outstanding product, but it's also constantly being reviewed for improvements and advancements, and really staying up on what is the latest research. And so, needless to say, we were quite impressed, and it's been a wonderful relationship ever since. So now, here we are this week, fast forward. We did our physicals this week, 125 in 5 days, so we saw our large group of athletes come through. And I believe that Dan, who was wonderful to work with, he was our distributor here, a representative from USANA, so he had his own stationed right next to the sports dietitian. They work very closely together. Her name is Paige Love, and he handed products out to 100 of the athletes who were taking USANA products here at the physicals. And our physicals, the players come in, and we have trailers. It's just right out in the back there. So we have this very quiet area. It's beautiful. We're at a tennis tournament, but we have this very quiet area, and the doctors that we have working with our players, internal medicine doctors, 2 of them, one from Mayo Clinic in Jacksonville, from Stanford University, 2 orthopedic surgeons, from Paige Love, who's a private dietitian, and also Susie Parker Simmons, who's from the USOC, and then our sports dermatologist, who's from Cincinnati, and they're all top in their field and have really specialized in tennis medicine, and then our own staff as well. So it was really a wonderful group and a lot of fun, and really serviced the players at every level. So it was nice to have USANA be a part of our team, and they want him back. So the players love the product, and the staff love the staff.
Oh,
so,
great.
so it's always nice when you could work together so closely and really understand what the overall objective and goal is, and meet those athletes' needs, and have a lot of fun doing it at the same time. And so that's what we did here this week. So
and then just in addition, the confidence that our players have in the product with having to take the anti-doping tests. And
yes, it's and that's it. The players, hands down, they know exactly, I'm taking USANA, this is what I'm taking. If there's any need that's special, that's outside of that, our dietitians or our physicians will work with the USANA scientists to have discussions about that. But
right now we're working